Tired. It's my first time playing in 2 weeks, so.
How was it?
It was challenging from the standpoint we were missing guys, and then Matisse, who was our leading scorer last year, he got hurt from the start, maybe the first quarter, and then we went downhill from there.
Yeah. What do you still take from games like this? You've been in the NBA for so long. You played a million games, but I can tell a game like that still impacts you,
Oh, for sure. I mean, in the big picture, we laid an egg, and that happens with every single team, like in the NBA, out the NBA. But as a competitor, it's frustrating, to go through it. But if you can learn a lesson from it and hopefully not let it happen again, then I think it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. How's the summer been? I know you've been going through free agency.
Yeah.
You're still out there.
Yeah.
How's it been?
It's been good, honestly. I've done more traveling with my family,
Good.
which has been really, really cool and really nice because in the season I don't get a chance to travel with them as much. But traveling with them has been great. And, the free agency thing, I think for me, this has been the most at peace I've been with it. It's like my fourth time going through it, but it's been the most at peace because it's like I get to pick at the end of the day the place I think fits the best, and I think that's a pretty good option.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good to have control.
Yeah, for sure.
One of the reasons I wanted to get you on, we're going to take a side step away from basketball a little bit.
Okay.
You got married in 2014.
I did.
I'm getting married in a couple of weeks here. This will probably air the week that it's happening.
Nice.
So what made you decide to get married?
I think just growth. You go through a stage with the person, and not even just your potential wife or fiance, but even friendships. I think the basis and foundation for my relationship was our friendship. I felt like she was my best friend. I felt like I could tell her anything. She could tell me anything. She'd tell me the truth. Even when it hurts, she would tell me something that I didn't want to hear, but it was the right thing. And I just saw the growth. And when you see a person like that, I think she's special. I think she cares about people. And I think I saw that in her, and that was attractive. It's not just the physical, and seeing her character, seeing her heart. And for me, once I continued to see that, I had no doubt, And it's funny how it worked out because when I first went on my first date with her, I was like, she's the one.
Huh.
And we were together for 8 years before we got married, but I just knew I'm like, she's the one. And,
Yeah.
I'll be with her for life.
Wow.
Yeah, it's my equal.
That's awesome. How did you do it when you proposed?
Oh, man, so it was her birthday. And my best friend, Will Conroy, his fiance's birthday is a day apart, so they're close friends. So they had a birthday party together. So you have their set of friends, our set of friends. We're on a boat.
Wow.
And
Lake Washington?
We're on Lake Washington, yeah. Cruising. Actually not even a boat, we're on a yacht. We were on a big, because it's a birthday party.
Right.
And she knows me. I usually do stuff in private, It was so many people. It was hundreds of people. So it gets quiet, and one of my other good friends who's holding the ring is so nervous. He's holding it the whole time, like, I don't want to drop this in the water. He's nervous. And I said, it's time. He's like, it's time? It's time, it's time. So, it's kind of quiet. The party's kind of winding down. We're about to pull back in. And I said, I'm not perfect, you're not perfect, but I feel like we're perfect together. And I said that on the mic, and everyone was like, oh, and I got down on my knee. Then I asked her to marry me, and of course, I had the DJ ready to cue up Moment for Life, so I kind of thought she would say yeah. She said yes. As soon as she did, I had the music play. It was like a movie. It rolled out nice. And it's
That's
pretty cool.
so smooth.
But it was so out
smooth.
it caught her so off guard because I'm not the person to do it out in the public like that. And she knew it was coming at some point, but she probably thought it'd be just us two. So I caught her off guard with that.
Was it hard, that moment? Like I
was so
remember-
nervous. Like,
yeah, to actually say
to
those
actually
words.
do it in front of so many people, like playing in front of so many thousands of people every night. But to do that, it was out of my element, but I got it done.
That's awesome. What changed when you got married?
All right, so the next day, I remember returning my text. I returned something, but running around and all that. I just felt more grown up. I really felt more grown. Like it was more about our family and building our family. And I was walking around with a ring on. At first, that felt uncomfortable. At first, you haven't worn a ring. Then you feel weird when it's not on. So you just feel more grown. You really do. And people that see you with a ring, I see why they respect that because they know it's so much that went into getting to that point. And it's a certain maturity level and a certain growth, so it's cool.
Any advice you would have for me as a young man?
Listen to your wife.
Listen to her?
Listen to your wife. Yeah, happy wife, happy life. And I know it's a saying, but not saying she'll always be right, but you just have to hear and understand try to put yourself in her shoes on whatever point she's trying to make and then go from there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, man.
No problem.
Advice from a great man. Circling back into the crossover to finish up here a little bit. What names are you taking special note of this year? I've seen some great players. Robert Upshaw's out there killing it.
Yes, he's been killing it. Rory had a great game today. Gaddy's always good. You know, they play really good. Who's really jumped off the page is playing well? I'm happy to see Sam Cutliff, you know, out here.
Yes.
Him going through the transfer and everything, but he's playing well. Good to see David Crisp out here.
Very good.
Yeah, because those two guys help get those guys. Yeah, exactly. Help get some wins for them. So those guys, I think, have really stood out to me.
Any hints? I know you can't say too much. We've already had some great players. We had Zach LaVine last week. We've had DeJounte Murray coming out here killing it. Marquise Chris. Anybody special you're having in mind for the rest of the season?
For sure. We take another break coming up, but do we really take a break? We'll see. I'll just throw it out there. We'll see what happens.
I like it.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's Zekin next weekend.
Yeah,
I'm planning on
everybody
going for the
come
first
support
time.
that. Yeah, everybody come support that. And whatever potentially possibly could happen wouldn't interfere with that. So could be a lot of basketball on one of those days. So stay tuned.
Ooh, I love it. A couple fandom questions.
Okay.
How much of playing basketball for you is getting into that headspace to where you're not thinking, you're just acting?
Yeah.
And how hard is it, or how have you kind of perfected not being able to break that bubble, so to speak?
For me, I just never got sidetracked. Like, I loved basketball before I had a wife, before I had kids, before, you know, I was walking properly. I guess that was me and my ball. So I never lost sight of that. And that's where I'm at peace. You know, for me now, it's like it's as natural as just breathing and just walking. You know, it's just a normal act. It's part of me.
You think part of that's, you know, you've talked about not doing drills and stuff, and you've kind of made it your own art.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that goes hand in hand. And like I said before, I used to get frustrated when I would ask people as a kid, who do I play like in the NBA? They're like, nobody. I'm like, these are the best players in the world. I'm like, nobody? Oh, I'm not going.
That's so real. You want to know that.
Right. You want that validation. And then now I'm thankful that I still don't play like anybody, which is pretty cool.
For sure. What is the biggest misconception you hear all the time about the NBA lifestyle?
That it's like just peaches and cream. There's so many other things that come with that. There's so many other things that go into that. Being a professional, the travel, the sleep, being away from your family, missing maybe first days of school, you know, missing, you know, the dance assembly or whatever it may be. Those things you can't get back, and it's a sacrifice. It's a major sacrifice for sure.
I gotta ask you.
You can ask me anything. That's why I'm on here.
You're the man. My fiance.
Yes.
The thing she loves you for most is the prank that Zach LaVine pulled on you on Jimmy Kimmel.
Did you guys ask Zach about that? Or
No,
did you ask Zach?
No, and
How do
my
you not
girlfriend
ask
was
Zach
so
about that,
mad. She gave me that same look.
All right. Okay.
I know.
Well,
so I'm trying to make up for
I
myself
can
here.
publicly say, yes, I will get him back at some point. It's going to happen.
You came out looking so good, though, I got to say.
But you know what? The thing I think really connected people, and especially people that know me, it was just a genuine act. I'm sorry. It was just a genuine, like, thing. And I was there for an hour. They made it 8 minutes, and that's long for that segment. They usually do 4 minutes, but Jimmy Kimmel was like, this is so good. You have to see this. We doubled the time because it was that good. So I was there for an hour. They covered an hour from the time I walked in to the time I walked out. I was pretty patient. And then when he started messing with the kids, that was it.
Yeah, no, you could
Yeah,
tell.
that was it for me.
All right,
sure.
the kids.
Yeah, the kids.
Did you know Tom Lennon before? Was that a guy you recognized?
No, not at all.
That's funny.
Not at all. And it's weird because, and I've seen this in one of the interviews, I don't watch a lot of TV. I'm on YouTube a lot. I watch a lot of basketball, but I don't watch a lot of just TV. So I didn't know him. And it's funny because I think Nate Robinson was like, "Mo, you didn't know him?" You know, Nate watches all of them. You didn't know him, Mo? I'm like, "No, I didn't know him."
That's so funny.
So it worked out perfect. And to even try to recreate it like that, I don't think it's possible because it just played too perfectly.
No, it was.
And side note, they really wanted to get me. They thought I was in Seattle, so they were going to fly up here and do some type of prank. So they wanted to get me. They asked Blake Griffin, I guess a month before that, to get me, and he wouldn't do it. So I owe Zach, and I'm going to get him back.
Is that because you and Zach are so close?
Yeah, absolutely.
How long have you known him?
Since he was like 8th grade, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah, a long time.
He's going to be special, I think, this year.
Yeah, he'll be special. Like, and that's what's so cool about it. You go through your journey and your chapter, right, in your book. And this is just a chapter in his book from the Minnesota success to the injury to now coming back. And then there'll be more chapters. And every chapter won't be as good as the last one, but that's what makes the book so good. You know, there's highs and lows, and then obviously I think in the end, good people usually win out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jamal Crawford here. Love it, man.
Nah, anytime.
This
you know that.
feels like home.
It is. You're making this your home. This is your area, and that's really cool.
It's crazy. I've talked to my brother about it, but the people here, Sylvester, Anthony, all the guys just around here. So I've lived in Seattle for 7 years, but I can genuinely say, like, I get along with people more. You guys have been more accepting, just click better than.
I mean, and I think we're just a great team, to be honest with you. I think everybody has a part to play, and everybody is a star in their role. You know, nobody tries to step out of their lane, and it just flows better. Everybody has a respect for each other, and we all make each other comfortable, and it's a family atmosphere, so it's cool.
Yeah, I've said it before, but got to say it again. I can't thank you enough. Like the impact you've made, and
I'm going to listen to your podcast tonight too, because besides this, I'm a fan, so I got to go listen to what you've been doing.
It's a good one, and then we're going to have the UW guys coming up, man.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Been having fun.
That'd be good.
Jamal Crawford, Jeremy Mills podcast.
Appreciate you,
my man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.